I'm Tamara Bennett with Southern Adoornments Decor, and so I'm going to be painting a cotton blossom shape for you guys, which is a fun like symbol of the South. And so I hope you guys enjoy this. And I teach women how to paint door hangers every week on my Facebook page, Southern Adoornments Decor. And right now, my membership, the Painters Clubhouse, is open for enrollment. So if you enjoy this video and you want to learn more about how to paint on wood, specifically door hangers like the one behind me, I would love to have you come over and join us in the Painters Clubhouse. We teach 2 door hanger tutorials every single month. And we also teach you awesome techniques like lettering, bow making, how to do shading and leopard print, and all kinds of really cool techniques that you can use on any project that you do. And so inside the Painters Clubhouse, we teach you how to cut out your own door hangers if you want to save a little bit extra money. We teach you how to cut them with a jigsaw or a scroll saw. You can choose. But you could also use what we teach on canvas if you want, like the templates that we give you. All you would need was a little bit of graphite paper, and you could transfer the design to a canvas and then paint it on a canvas. So it would be really cool if you could do like this cotton blossom, let's say, on a canvas. But if you want to do it on wood like I'm doing here, and you don't want to cut your own shape, we do have the option for you to be able to buy the wooden cutouts from us at 20% off inside the Painters Clubhouse. You get a discount code that you can use at any time to save 20% on your blanks and your templates. And so we teach 2 designs in the clubhouse every month. I teach one and a guest teaches another. And then we usually have guests come in and teach different techniques and things. Heidi has been a guest in there several times before. She's taught us about stencils. She's taught us about using this texture stuff called Snow Tex, which is really cool. And so it's really fun to see like all the different ways you can do art differently, really, because there's no wrong way, really, or no limit on how we can do things. And so we love having guests come in and teach us a new way of doing things. And then, of course, it's up to you then to figure out, like, which way you prefer and what you prefer to do. So, it draws. Okay, so I've painted so far my cotton blossom with an off-white, creamy, light buttermilk color mixed with a little bit of white because I didn't want it to be too dark. And then I'm going to take some of this dark chocolate paint and dip just the corner of my brush, just a tiny bit in there, just to get an itty bitty bit of it on there. And then I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of shading here on my cotton to kind of make it look like it's got tufts going through it. Isn't that cute? So if you get too much, you can always get a little bit of the ivory color again and kind of fade it out a little bit. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. The ladies in the Painters Clubhouse are the sweetest women on the planet, in my humble opinion. And they are so generous to one another. They are really of a community over competition kind of mindset. They are very good about sharing their ideas and tips and tricks and things that they've learned. Angie here, who was just watching, shared in the clubhouse the other day how she did a live sale on her Facebook page and sold 33 door hangers. So isn't that awesome? So anyways, it's things like that make our community great, because they're always willing to share how they did things or what was successful for them that really helped push their business forward. Hi Liz, how are you down in Florida? Hello Bear from Canada. Okay, so next we're going to paint the brown part of the cotton blossom. And really right now, while all of you guys are probably self-quarantining and stuff, there's never been a better time to learn a new skill. So if you are getting sick of watching Netflix or sick of homeschooling the kids and you just need something to take your mind off of all of this, something to kind of like that's just for you, learning a new skill like door hanger painting or canvas painting could not come at a better time. There are so many of you who are like probably sick of Netflix by now because you're not feeling productive. And it helps me at the end of the day if I feel like I have made something that I can be proud of. And so door hanger painting was one of those things that kind of became something I could be proud of. At the end of the day, even if all the laundry wasn't done or the dishes weren't done, I felt good about myself if I had painted a door hanger and had something beautiful to show for it. And then it's just so therapeutic too. I'm probably going to have to get a smaller brush here because I don't want to paint. Actually, I don't think it's going to matter too much because that green is going to cover. I was trying to decide whether to paint around those cute little vines, but I think I'm just going to paint over them, and then we will paint green on top of that. It's just way easier than getting out a tiny little brush and trying to stay inside the lines. So the door hangers that I normally paint are 20 inches in size, like the one that's hanging up behind me. This is a much smaller shape, but you could use this, you know, as a wreath attachment or a porch sign attachment or something like that, or even just as a small door hanger. We have had several women join the Painters Clubhouse already after participating in our spring door hanger challenge, which I was on here last week on Heidi's page talking about that, so you may have seen me before promoting that. That was the shape behind me that we painted in the spring door hanger challenge. And so many of those ladies were just talking about how fun the challenge was, how it was just, they said, one of them said, I never thought learning on social media could be so much fun. Like they didn't really know it was a thing, right? Well, for you guys who are in Heidi's membership, you know that you can learn on social media from other people and in a Facebook group and stuff like that. But some of these ladies, I guess, had never done it before. And so it's a lot of fun to kind of feel like you're a part of a community, and to use Facebook for something other than just scrolling and surfing the news feed to see what the latest drama is or what everybody's talking about. If you're like me, you're probably sick to death by now of all of the talk about the virus on the news feed. And you're like, somebody please, can we just take a break from it and give me something positive? And so that is what I try to provide. I try to be a positive light in your news feed and to uplift you every day. And I think the ladies in our clubhouse are very good about that as well. They are very, very good at uplifting one another, uplifting me, at taking a positive look at things. And so right now it's kind of a scary time. We don't know when all of this is going to be over, when we'll be allowed to like go back to our favorite restaurants or return to the movie theater or go shopping again, as Angie was talking about. And so it can be kind of scary when it's uncertain like that and we don't know how long it's going to last. And so we need something to take our minds off of our current situation. And so if you're not doing something right now that's something positive in your life, like learning a skill or something to kind of take your mind off of all of this, you need to be, because it's for your own mental well-being, to be honest, to find something positive to focus on, because it's no good for anybody to just sit around and worry about things they can't change. The Bible teaches us that. Okay, so we've got the cotton blossom and the little bud down here painted. I'm going to put one more coat on the brown, and then we'll start painting those cute little berries and leaves, and then we'll add all of our finishing details. So one of the fun things that we do inside the Painters Clubhouse every month is a Zoom paint party. And so that is where we get together as a group and we work on whatever project we've been putting off or haven't had time for, and we sit down and we paint together and we just talk. And sometimes it's talking about paint parties. Sometimes it's talking about different tips or new tools or things we found on Amazon that we love, different paint pens we love. Sometimes it's talking about, let's see, I'm going to use this yellow. Sometimes it's just us connecting with each other, just checking in. How are you doing? How have things been going? And so that time that we get to spend with one another on Zoom face to face has been such a lifesaver for a lot of these ladies who don't get out of the house much. There have been some women in the group who said that they don't hardly ever leave their home. Like they were going through depression and stuff like that. But since they've joined the clubhouse, it has helped so much to help them feel like a part of something and like they have people to connect to. And that's really important. So, and sometimes it's just important to have people that kind of get it, that kind of understand what it is you're passionate about. And so for you guys, it would be passionate about painting and paint parties and things like that. And so to find a community of people like you guys have that support you in that, and that get it and understand what you're going through. To be able to just talk to those people once a month or so on a Zoom call can really make all the difference in growing your business and your self-confidence and things like that. There are lots of ladies in our group who had never done a Facebook Live before until they joined the Painters Clubhouse. And something about doing those Zoom paint parties with these ladies gave them the confidence to get on camera and to do a Facebook Live on their own pages. So the ladies inside this group are just moving and a-shaking. They're doing some of the most impressive things. And I'm just so proud of them. I could just sing their praises all day long. Okay, let me get, this is a lighter green. We're going to paint these cute little vines with the lighter green and a round tip brush. Now inside the clubhouse, I teach in a little bit of a different fashion than I'm doing right now. I use an overhead camera so that you can see a bird's eye view, or actually closer than a bird's eye view, but you can see an overhead angle of everything that I'm doing. And I explain it just a little bit more in a step-by-step fashion. I talk about the color I'm using, the brush I'm using, what's like, how I'm doing it, and I kind of explain it as I go, as if you've never painted before. So you don't even have to have painting experience to join the Painters Clubhouse. We take you from beginner. We teach you how to use a jigsaw or a scroll saw, whichever one you want to cut your blanks with. We also provide you with a discount code if you don't want to cut your own blanks. We teach you step by step how to paint on wood, how to hang your door hanger, how to make a bow for it, how to do the hand lettering, all of that kind of stuff that is required. And we try to make it as simple as possible so that it's easy for you guys to step into this craft. And then once you kind of get the hang of it, after one or two, you're really going to start to feel sort of addicted, to be honest. It's a little bit addicting, which you may have discovered through canvas painting. That's addicting too, I think. Thank you, Cindy. Teresa said, I like the way you only put the top of the brush in the paint. I get frustrated when people... Yes, I cannot stand having a ton of paint like up on my brush and getting it all up in the... It's just that you can't control it that way. And I think a lot of times people get frustrated when they paint because they don't know that. And so then they end up getting too much paint on their brush and they can't control it, and then they have a mess and they're like, why is this not as easy as she makes it look? That's just one of those little things, you know? I think I need another coat on these little berries real quick. Let me switch brushes. That round tip brush is going to leave a lot of brush strokes. So, if you have been struggling to book paint parties with canvas, maybe it's time to try a different medium. Maybe painting on door hangers would be more popular in your area, or just be something different you could offer your usual audience of people, because sometimes people just need something a little different to shake things up. And so door hanger painting is a very easy thing that you could add into what you're already doing with your business if you're teaching paint parties. You can buy your blanks from me, or you can wholesale them, or you can have somebody else cut them. In the templates that we sell, we have the digital cut files. So if you had like a laser cutting machine or someone local that could laser cut them for you, you could just send the files over to them and ask them to cut them for you. And it would make it a whole lot easier on you if you need, you know, large quantities cut. And we're gonna just add some little details to our cotton, like the outer edge here. And then we'll add a little squirrely jig in the middle, like, look at that. Isn't that cute? Adds just a little bit of whimsy. And so if you're a messy painter like I am, you can just take these little pins and you can just clean up your mess by making it look like you stayed inside the lines. Isn't that awesome? And of course you could use these at your paint parties too. If your customers are kind of messy, it might make it to where they're more proud of what their finished product is, because it kind of hides those little imperfections. So you can take it and you can just trace the details. This is the broad tip one. You can also use a skinnier tip. I'm going to switch to a skinnier tip for these little areas. This is the medium size. The only problem is sometimes I'm not patient enough to wait for my paint to dry, and then I get paint on my paint pen. Works better if you can be patient. I usually make a mess. Okay, I may have to wait till it's dry to fix that a little bit, but then we can take our white. We can add just a little bit of whimsical touches here and there. We'll add just a little bit up here in our cotton. Okay, and then looky there, we're all done. Look how cute that is. And so if you enjoyed this tutorial and you want to learn more about painting on wood with door hangers or whatever it may be, come and join the Painters Clubhouse. It's open until Friday, and we have 3 bonuses that you get if you sign up by midnight tonight. The first one is a set of 3 words, welcome, hello, and hey y'all, that you can use as traceables on any project that you do, or you can cut your own stencil files from them. The second bonus is a free template for a 3D flower pot that I'm going to be painting on my Facebook page this week. And then the third is a free tutorial from my shop. So if you join by tonight, you get all 3. If you join tomorrow, you only get 2. And then, of course, if you join Thursday, you only get 1. And then Friday, they go away. So Friday is the last day you can sign up, and it won't be opening again until the fall. So if you enjoyed this little video and you want to try more of these projects on your own, come and join the Painters Clubhouse. And you